Hello. Welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with Diva D. How you doing? So this is gonna be my reactionary video to the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion special. Come on in, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Um, see the thing about that's what I love about reactionary videos. I'm about to tell y'all something. I can react to them, and I don't have to take notes. I already have what happened in my head and what I want to comment on in my head. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Anyway, so the episode opens up, and we have Wendy and Big Forehead going back and forth. Right? They going back and forth like a ping pong ball. Shout out to Aaliyah. Back and forth. Wanna see it go back, forth and forth. So the point is here, they're going back and forth. And when it says 6767, that didn't have anything to do with my case. I don't have but one social security card because remember, she said that she had one social security card. She's like, hell, so do I. Now I'm trying to figure out still where they're actually eating this. Somebody needs to explain. But when it wasn't ready, because when it should have said, nah, that's Michael's old balls. 6 and 7. 67 years old. Or what she should have said was those are the dimensions of your forehead. 6 and 7. See? Easy. You get that big head, balloon head heifer off of your back. Easy. Ashley is a living, breathing, freaking Reed. Then we find out that um y'all, I forgot to tell y'all last time about her saying that she thought that was Cam as the little black girl. Why would you say that? This girl is cracking jokes on your situation. And then kind of find out that Stacy had text messages saying that she didn't care about you being in jail. Y'all, I wish I didn't have to make that up. So we move on. We got Jazzy and Kay going back and forth. My reaction to that is Jazzy got her when she said, at least I wasn't, you took Greg from his wife. So let's talk about that. You have 15 minutes. You have 15 minutes. Don't waste it on me. Now, thank you for reminding her that she only had 15 minutes on the stage. But girl, what else did you have to come back with? What else did you have to come back with about her, having the D-list player on the practice squad? The practice squad, I can't really hate on the practice squad, though. Because my friend had a boyfriend or lover, whatever he was, on the practice squad. And he was making millions, too. Maybe not what the A team make and B team. But my understanding was like he was getting like a couple $1 million on the practice squad. They like maybe 1 or 2 million just to get banged up on. They don't touch the film. I tell you the benefits of the practice squad. They don't have to touch the field. They just get beat up on in practice, which is probably brutal too. But and they can get like up to a $2 million contract, sometimes $5 million contract, and if the team win, like when he went to the Patriots and whatnot, you still get a ring. So I can't hate too much on the practice squad, but that's neither here nor there. She's accusing this girl of having an affair with Greg. And Greg got 18 children. So she was like, you take care of Greg and his 18 kids. And let me tell you something about the Gila monster. Y'all know what that is? That's that little lizard that runs through the desert and he blow out his forehead or whatever as a defense mechanism. like wings. Oh, my mama and those animal pictures that she caught. Baby, those Gila monsters used to get on that water. That's what Greg reminds me of. I mean, I told last time I said he was a stumper dump. I mean, all those things. But anyway, so hilarious. So that Gila monster compared to the practice squad guy. That's what she could have said. But then again, I'm 6'7". I'm 6'7" on it. Because, she could have come back with the whole thing about him looking like a Gila monster and she really wanted him. And he gave you a frame. He went to a jewelry store, y'all, acting like he was going to pick out a ring on camera in front of her mom and her best friend. And that's what he got. So, everybody's questioning her friendship with Angel. Y'all, she told Angel, I can defend myself. When Angel was simply, and Angel and her lisp was simply trying to take her for. I don't know which lisp was more annoying. Angel's with the American accent or Tia's with their British accent. I always hate to be the one, because I end up missing them, like a scholar, a scalar, whatever her name is. I still miss her. So I end up missing these characters when they do get put off the show. So I'm not gonna say that, Tia should leave, but maybe Tia should leave. I didn't get anything from her. But then again, we don't get anything from Giselle. What is it about Giselle that keeps her on the show? Because we find out that she, at the end of the season, we find out she lost the case. But I bet she didn't tell that old Papa Grave, old lady, was her Caucasian. No wonder she lost. Ain't no way you go in Texas. Ain't no way you gonna win against no Caucasian lady. When she told that story, because her and Tia bonded over fathers, I'm not gonna cry. And they say, we know you ain't gonna cry, girl. You ain't cried in 12 years. She is awful. Wendy, I just wish Wendy would just counsel everybody on stage except for Stacey. I hate when Wendy agrees with Giselle and Ashley on some of the things that happen with her and Stacey. But Stacey, those lies are beginning to get on the fans' nerves. Raise your hand or put a finger down. That new thing. Put a finger down if you're a fan of this getting on the nerves. I'm gonna put my finger down, but I do love Stacey. I do. That quirky personality, it is annoying, but she is a hoot and a holler. But I'm beginning to see, not Ashley and Giselle, but I'm beginning to see in some ways, everybody's like her lies are harmless, but I am beginning to see in some ways where they can, irritate people in the group. So we get to, because they are my clothes. Because that's about all they have. Y'all, we get to the Pyramid Queen. She finally comes out and makes her grand entrance. Y'all, I've heard Upside Down Dorito. I've heard Egyptian Lover. I've heard it all. Anything that's triangular shaped in regards to their dress. Wow. But the one thing Andy's not gonna do is mention how she said this little chick. That's what I want to hear him say. Instead of keep reminding us about that foolish ass, whack ass binder. Because I'm telling y'all, again, those, Pastor Holy Whore, those are Monica's words. Those are, listen, y'all. Y'all think Wendy was slow on her feet. Sometimes Wendy could come back with a thing. This one right here, the upside down Dorito, no. None of that. So she had people writing stuff for her. She's a goofy, dense dum-dum. A dum-dum ditty. Pulls out the binder. And so Annie said, so here's the tabs. And then he mentioned the tabs. And he was talking about how his name went on the tabs, but he was scared there would be one. And here's one for the last lady. Sorry, Giselle. Sorry, Giselle. You sorry, all right. You old. I don't know. And then Andy talking about how he was begging her to go on the girls trip. I'm telling you, she just got her fandom off of people hating Candace. That's it. Because what did she do? Didn't you see what kind of whack ass housewife, whatever you want to call her, she is when she was on DC? Then she come back over here with absolutely nothing. Except for her whole situation with Stacy. And this Chris thing. And that should not have been a storyline because, like she said, they're not married anymore, been divorced for some time. So what's the big deal? What's the big deal if she did tell Chris, which I was talking about, and when they were dating? But this is where Stacey gets on my nerves because she ain't standing on business. And I would have been like, so what? I said what I said. I said what you said. And yes, we were doing pillow talk. Now what? What are you going to do? You going to hit me in the top of the head like you did Candace? I fights back. I'm aggressive like Kay. And Kay don't like the moniker of being aggressive when she said, you know, I can fight. But anyway, you can't say that about a black woman. Yeah, you can when it's true. The fuck? And I hope Stacey of Molly Wops would have done the same thing to Monique if need be. Then she gonna pull out her phone and show that maybe that she had a phone call between Chris and her about, you know, saying he was bad in bed. Well, men don't like to hear that they bad in bed, do they? Well, I'm gonna give y'all some statistics. About 95% of the men must be bad in bed because they don't know how to make you achieve an orgasm vaginally. As my mom used to say, you gotta learn how to get to the good spot, good spot. Learn how to get to the good spot, good spot. And with that, I'm going to close. Come on in and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces.